Traders from around the world, what's going on? It's your boy Jeremy Alexander doing some with Real Life Trading. Hope you're doing absolutely fantastic. It's Friday. The weekend is past us. We are staring at some amazing weekend action in the face. Got a lot going on this weekend. I'm pumped. 2 coaching sessions on Saturday, and then one of my best buddies, Sean Bennett's, his daughter's having a 1-year-old birthday party. So I'll be doing that Saturday as well. And then Sunday, who knows? Monday, getting ready for some other good stuff. I'll be sending you out a video this weekend, actually maybe even 2 for the next few days. So just keep your eyes on your inbox. A lot coming out, a lot to talk about. I'm pumped up, I'm jazzed, but what's new? It's Real Life Trading. Our mission is to enrich lives. Let's talk stocks. SPY, 2 incredible days in a row of bullish action, again at all-time highs, just crushing it. So I had a Q1 target of 233.72 on the SPY. I mentioned Q1 or Q2 when I put that out there back in December. A few people called me crazy. That's cool though. Here's the SPY. Fred absolutely wrecking this bull put spread. Great trade, Fred. Beautiful break out of this triangle, right? Look at this consolidation. Consolidate, consolidate, consolidate. Boom. There's the candle that comes in right there. There's the volume that comes in. And then you got a gap action. And that gap is a confirmation. We're going higher. Right? What kind of gap is that? Retest gap. What is this right here? Retest. And there we go. We're off to the races. So SPY, let's talk about the trade that I did not get a chance to trade today. 2 trades back-to-back on SPY that I missed by either cents or seconds. But this is how I was looking to day trade the SPY for what would have been an absolutely fantastic trade. But again, if you can learn from this, you can apply it in the future, because the SPY is one of the stocks or ETFs that I am looking at trading every single day with options. So I'll kind of talk about what I was looking at and how I was looking at playing this particular trade. So on SPY today, right, we were gapping up and we're looking at this particular trade and we're saying to ourselves, all right, well, it appears that we're going to be opening above the all-time high, right? So yesterday, the all-time high was 230.95. Our open, 231. So we were 5 cents above the high, right? Well, what kind of gap is this? If it's a white candle gapping up, it is a retest gap. So you'll notice right here, limit buy calls. So that means I was looking for a pullback. So here's a hourly chart, and this is the extended hours turned on. So the extended hours, you'll notice this little resistance. All I did on this trade, this is really all I did, is I said, okay, yesterday's old resistance hopefully becomes new support, right? Keyword, hopefully. Anytime you're doing a retest, or anytime you're doing a limit buy, or anytime you're buying the bounce, or anytime you're buying the dip, anytime you're buying the bounce, you never know if it's going to bounce. And that's something that you got to eradicate. You got to eradicate that fear, because the goal is you set up the trade, you say, this is where I'm going to buy, this is why, and then you pull the trigger all the time, every time, if that's your strategy, if that's your follow through. Because again, you don't know if it's going to work, but you can't worry about what's not going to happen in trading. What you have to worry about is, are you going to mitigate your risk if you're wrong, and are you going to follow your trading plan? So on SPY, here's the 5-minute perspective of this. And again, this is a trade that I was just a few seconds too slow on early this morning. But again, notice this resistance right here. So here's the resistance. I simply wanted to buy the 231 calls at 35-cent limit buy this morning, and my stop was going to be 15 cents, which means my risk was 20 cents. Now, looking at this, this was determined based on the option pricing chart of this particular trade. And again, this morning, right, we're trading together. Everyone's trading. There's a lot of stuff going on. I'm sorry, I apologize. I want to buy this for 30 cents. I'm looking at the option chart right now on my other screen. You can't see it, it's over here. So pretty much, first few minutes it triggered, blew up, and then here's the retest right here, boop, and then it just kind of popped and it just kind of ran away. So, you know, it didn't stay below that for very, very long, but if you got the opportunity to buy at 30 cents right around here, that option was worth 80 cents. Meaning, if I had taken, in this situation, a 15-cent risk, it increased 50 cents, which would have been about 3.5 R or so. Or for your investment overall on the actual trade, almost 300% return. So when you're trading weekly options, it's all about the risk, and it's all about understanding the type of trade setup that you're trading. So for those of you who did trade that today in the Friday trading room, congratulations, great trade, another all-time high on SPY. looking good. Fred's bull put spread looking nice. I think he's out of that one and bought that one back for his profit. So the other indices, here's your IWM. James Baker, congratulations on a successful bull put spread. There's a few other traders and the 129, 128 bull put spread on the IWM, which is pretty far away. It's actually down here. Not expiring next week, but the week after on the IWM. So again, IWM looking pretty good. The Qs also today made another all-time high. An incredible bullish move. We're still going. Fun. Last but not least, here's the Dow Jones ETF, DIA, and another all-time high on that one. So back on the 31st of January, we were talking about and planning some bull put spreads on this one as well. So, I mean, the market, when the market's this bullish, it's pretty easy to trade bullish and make money, especially if you're doing a long-term trade, and depends on what trade it is, of course. I'll be looking through, and you're going to hear the excitement in my voice. I'm going to look through a lot of winners, and I'm going to show you some losers. So stick around, because I'm one of the few people who do that, right? A lot of people say, hey, here's how much money we made. This is what we did. I'm awesome. You should be awesome too. Buy my product, right? At Real Life Trading, what we do is we go, hey, we are awesome, but you're awesome as well. And we're going to show you exactly what you need, the steps that you need in order to achieve the results that you're looking for. So let's go ahead and talk about some of those. Apple. I'm going to include in the description box below a link to a video that I posted in the afternoon trading room back on this day right here, the 17th of January. Because as of the 17th of January, that's when we were confirmed unequivocally, unquestionably bullish. And actually, in fact, a few days before that, we were actually looking at getting in bullish right here. If you want to go on a journey, feel free to check out some stock reviews back on the 9th of January on Apple and just kind of look at my thoughts. But Apple today, my target on Apple for these positions right here, the March 120 calls that we did at $3.20 a while ago, my target on that was 132.86. The high of today, 132.94. What? Snagged it by 8 cents. Holla at your boy. That trade, 400% ROI on Apple. That's something we've been trading or planning for weeks. Over earnings. And as you know, there's a lot of traders, a lot of real life traders in some shares on Apple. So if you're not in on Apple yet, this is not the time to buy, in my personal opinion. I'm looking for something like this to hopefully happen next week or the week after. Looking for a little bit of a pullback on Apple into the moving averages, and from that point, probably a buying opportunity. But there's a few traders in the 130 covered call. I'll be looking to exit that. But I mean, honestly, more traders than I can count on 17 hands did very, very well on Apple in just the last few weeks. So congratulations for those if you're watching this video. And if you're not, if you're like, man, Newsome, I missed on the move. How do I get in again? Showing you right here, right? Buy the dip. It's a beautiful retest gap. Let's give it another week or so. But the all-time high on Apple is 134.54, and I think we can get up there by the middle of March, end of March. And then my yearly target is 150, and I got a lot of wagers on 150 on Apple, which we got a long way to go to get there, but it's not as crazy as it seems. So anyway, that's Apple. That's my thoughts on it. Great trade. Congratulations, 400% return on that position. It's amazing. So here's Twitter. I want to talk about Twitter because I'm pumped up about this one. I actually want to show you. I'm going to bring this over on Twitter. It was quite comical, actually. So that you know, if you hear my voice and I'm ever talking about Twitter, over earnings, I'm usually bearish on it. The reason I'm bearish on it is because Twitter fundamentally doesn't make any money. Now, when I say don't make money, sure, they bring money in, they have revenue. But here's one thing that I do know as a business owner and just a person that buys things, right? If you make $300 and you spend $500, there's going to be a problem at some point, right? I just know that. It's going to be an issue. So unless this money can go, unless that goes up or this can go down, there's going to be an issue. And that's pretty much what happens on Twitter, is they are making revenue, but not that much, right? Think about, and feel free to write in the comment section below. I mean, have you ever bought anything on Twitter? I haven't. I've bought things off of Facebook, right? That advertising works. Oh, this is cool. I'm going to click on that. Oh, this is good. I'm going to buy that. Nice, right? Because Facebook, they're targeting their market. With Twitter, they're not really doing that. I've never bought anything on Twitter in my life. And it's very good for social networking and promoting stuff and promoting your site, things like that. I was using Twitter to talk crap about Twitter today. So it's kind of ironic, right? I use Twitter all the time. It's a great product. They just need to figure out how to monetize it better. So anyway, as of 2 days ago, before earnings, here's my analysis. And my analysis were on Twitter 2 days ago, $16 puts for February are about 13 cents. So that's how much it would cost to buy some February puts. And I also talked about the calls. But a few traders in the afternoon trading room, when I posted that, kind of read between the lines. I'm always looking to go bearish on Twitter over earnings. The $16 puts for February were only 13 cents, and we were at 18.47. So I was like, man, that's not that far, right? If it gaps below 16, it's gone. So for 13 cents, using the absolute zero strategy, why not? Why not just take your R of risk and move on from there? Well, we all know what happened on Twitter. The thing just absolutely tanked the last 2 days. I want to give a shout out to some of these traders. So Brian Montgomery got out of Twitter with 5R today. Bob also got out of Twitter for a 600% return on the option position that he traded. So again, these traders are not taking their entire bankroll, all right? They're not taking their life savings and buying puts on Twitter. So just keep that in mind. Yeah, 600% return is great. There's no other place that you can do that other than the options market. But this is what I can say, is it's still a mitigated risk, right? Bob's not taking $1 million and buying puts on Twitter, hoping that he makes $6 million in returns in 2 days. It's just small, steady steps that win the race over time. If you can do it once, if you know why you did it, if you can follow a plan and do it, then you can repeat it over and over and over. So there were a lot of traders who we were going bearish on Twitter as of yesterday, 2 days ago. So this particular position, most traders bought around 12 cents on their option and sold today for about 67 cents, to give you an idea. So again, if you buy something at 12 cents, here's simple math. You can go to zero, or it can only go higher from there. So if you know your risk, and your risk is 12 cents, that's your R. That's about 4.5 R, ladies and gentlemen, in about 2 days. Not a bad deal at all on Twitter. So I know a lot of stuff to talk about on it. What from here? Well, our target, true story, was 15.50. That was the exact low of the day. I'm so jazzed! Right, that's the lowest that Twitter got, was 15.50 today, the absolute lowest. And we got out there. I loved it. Called the bottom of Twitter today. And I'm not bragging. I'm just saying that it happened. So anyway, at this particular point, what's going to happen on Twitter? Well, here's what I'm looking for. It is definitely extended, looking for kind of something like this and then something like that. Is that going to happen? Maybe, maybe not. But that's what I'm planning for. Could I be wrong? Could I lose some money on that particular trade? Sure, right? It happens all the time. Just lose small. Mathematically, if you lose less money than you make, you will be profitable. So that's kind of my thoughts on Twitter and Apple so far. Here's silver, ticker symbol SLV. A lot of traders in silver. And why not, right? Very nice little inverted head and shoulders pattern right here. Broke out of that, had a nice little gap, pulled down some moving averages, bounced. So the next target on silver, $18. That's a shorter term swing trade. I like silver long term on kind of like the 3 to 5 year basis. I do think it's a good buy low, sell high location. Silver and gold. I want to know where the gold's at. Show me the gold. Both gold and silver trading up a little bit higher. Overall, in my opinion, looks kind of bullish. So at least presently right now. Here's the monthly chart on gold. And what's very important, a big takeaway, is just recently we made a higher low on a primary level on gold. So we start doing something like this and trading up into here, very possible, right? We trade back down to here, yada, yada, yada. And we ever break out of that, I mean, gold and silver could start running again. Interesting, right? Gold was up, silver was up, and the dollar index was up. It's a lot of bulls out there today, a lot of bulls. And I'm not going to be talking about this from a bearish perspective. I'm not a perma bear. You guys know that. I'm actually always a perma bull long term. I'm always looking for the market to go higher. But this could create an easy, perfect storm if equities start screaming up, silver and gold start screaming up, and the dollar starts going up. Everything is going up. What could happen? Well, if everything is going up, if everyone's making money with their eyes closed, what happens? That's what causes a parabolic move in the markets. That's what creates a euphoric nature. And what will happen is people who listen to the news, they get all excited and they don't know anything, they're going to start buying up here. And I know that because I unofficially hold the Guinness World Book of Record for buying silver at its highest price ever. So I know what it feels like to be hopping on at the very, very top. And going through that experience and knowing that, I know the signals, I know the signs. So when the market, you start seeing just everything going up and everyone's feeling great and man, the economy's doing amazing. Whenever that starts to happen, that's when I'm just going to be very, very cautious. And the crazy thing is, after today in the SPY, it kind of feels like that now. Now, again, I'm not saying the market's going to tank tomorrow. I really don't think that. But at some point, I mean, a 10% pullback would be very healthy, just back to its norm, and then, again, a great buying opportunity. So I'm being really, really cautious up here on just kind of the broader markets. You know, there's a lot of analysts saying that we're in something like this kind of move right here, which I really don't disagree with wholeheartedly. Honestly, I really kind of don't, because it's a great parabolic move in 2006, 2007, and you get like a nice little snapback, right? So some kind of snapback, and we just continue to go higher. And at this point, this is the point where, again, everything feels good. Everyone's like, oh yeah, making money is easy. The stock market is the easiest thing I've ever put money into, and I'm just cranking it out. You're going to start hearing people at work talk about it, and friends from school you haven't talked to in a long time. Anyway, all I'm getting at is I'm actually not bearish at all. I'm just cautious up here. So if I start going into a bunch of cash on certain positions, if I start selling things at the all-time highs, I'm just going to be looking for things to buy low. That's all it is. Right? I'm just looking for a buy low opportunity. So something like Lending Club. If I'm looking at the market, I'm like, wow, the market's just screaming higher. But, oh, there's this stock that's really cheap. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for buy low, sell high opportunity, something that I can hold on to for a long time that's a good value. British Petroleum is one of those now. I really like it at 33, 32. Got the February put sale expiring next week, so that'll get a little bit close. But if British Petroleum closes above 34.91, I think it's just going to bounce again off of the support on BP. Had an LNG put sale expiring today at 45, so likely consider doing that one again. But at some point, if LNG can pull back, this is another small little triangle. I like LNG long term. CF, again, had a nice little candle today. It did stop us out just barely coming into earnings, but I like CF long term. So again, look at a lot of the weekly charts on stuff and just ask yourself, if you're trading it, are you buying low or are you buying high? Like POT, right? Looking at this chart, it's definitely a buy low opportunity. So something to keep in mind. Let's look at one other trade. I forget who requested this right now, but it's Intel. Ticker symbol INTC. So here's Intel. Intel, this is a weekly chart on Intel, and you'll notice again just a few days ago, resistance from 2015, resistance from late 2016, resistance right there. So now we're just coming back to a support level on Intel. So if I really, really zoom out, there we go, big picture, you'll see that this is a strong level. 2003, 2001, so this 35.16 price is pretty strong. Not saying that we're going to bounce there, but it makes sense if we do, right? We're getting higher lows like this. I could see Intel trade down a little bit lower, but as far as a long-term blue chip buy and hold tech stock goes, pays dividends, has a bunch of splits, I think it's a buy low level, and at some point if it ever breaks out here, like a lot of tech stocks right now, this thing is just going to be a home run trade. So here's your daily chart, nice hammer candle at a support level. You know, it looks interesting. I guess that's really all I'm trying to get at. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks so much for listening to this real life stock review. I hope you found it helpful and enriching. That's our mission, to enrich lives. We're trying and we're doing our best, and we're accomplishing the objective of teaching people from all over the world what the stock market is, how it works, how to reduce debt, how to increase income, and how to obtain the financial freedom that everyone is seeking. And the secret is, I'll tell you later. Just kidding. We all know the secret. The secret is to love, to give, to be generous, and to be happy. Because if you're loving, and if you're happy, and you're generous, that's what life is about anyway, regardless of how much money you have. Money is just an opportunity to increase whoever you already are. If you're a miserable, sad, depressed, lonely person now, you'll do the exact same thing with a lot of money. So happy is free. Just be happy, and you can go find the money to do additional things that you want to do with. That is the secret, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned this weekend for some other exciting news and updates. I got something big for you guys coming. You'll like this. I'm pumped. I will see you later. And until then, remember, love life, live life, enjoy it. Bye.